Oh my god, it's Christmas. Oh my god, it's Christmas. Well, not yet. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Oh my god, it's Christmas. Soon it will be Christmas.
Ha ha ha!
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Goddamn, time flies so hard. Hi. I think I make the music a little bit softer. Yeah, no, that should do it. Hi, what's up? What's up? Do I sound drunk? Nah, I'm not drunk. No, seriously, I'm not drunk. Although I have a glass of meat because this is something... what I'm planning to do is... This gonna be interesting. Let's say, leave it like that. I mean, you can already see the title. We're gonna be watching something. Oh, keep an eye on you. Relax, pill, for fuck's sake. I'm not a hopeless alcoholic. I know my liquor. I know my stamina. It's fine. By the way, hi. And everybody who's gonna join me, welcome to the stream. And before we get to the meat, the meat of all things, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of gaming in the Clinton years? This is not a joke! This is not a fucking joke! That is a real thing! What the fuck is this? A little bit of backstory maybe about this. Ever since I was a teen, I like to watch a certain British lad. His name is James Keddick, also better known as Keddick. And years ago he made a video during lockdown about a game review show that was called Flights of Fantasy. And it's lost media by then now. It was on TV. And all the clips of this review show was picked up by a certain YouTube channel called Navigator. But instead of keeping the name of Flights of Fantasy, somehow, why ever, they renamed it to Gaming in the Clinton Years. And I only saw clips and snippets of this, but from what I have seen, this show is wild. Like, the host of this, George Wood, he's a psychopath. Like, what? Some of it takes are contradicting each other in the same review. He lets out some stuff that has no regards to the topic at hand. Some that are very controversial, where I honestly think he should have been in jail like yesterday. And he is not a pro gamer. Like, he is not able to finish any one of these games. He used cheat codes to get to the final level. Like, bruh, how are you this bad? How is this a real thing on TV? So, yeah. Like I said, I have only seen snippets of this through Caddy. So, let's change it. He used cheats on the tutorial. Yes! Yes, exactly! And his humor is kind of random. Even for my sake, and I already have random humor. He's one of these guys that likes to make a very, very flat damn joke that only he is able to laugh at, and then asks everybody, why are you not laughing? Why are you not laughing? Is it edgy? Like the bad kind of edgy? No. It's just cringe. And if I say that as a cringe person, that is hot take. There was something else that was on my mind regarding this guy. But before it turns into a full-on hate campaign, by the way, it is not a hate campaign. I just want to have a good laugh at this monstrosity of a thing. Oh yeah, there was one. He's also one of these guys that goes too near a cliff, falls off, and blames the game for it. What a stupidity. When a cringe person said it is. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna in for a wild ride. And there are some games that went under their radar. So I also need to tell you that these are very, very, very old videos. I mean, the show was run during the 90s and early 2000s, so the quality, you cannot help it. They are maybe, what is this right now? 240p. No, the highest I've seen is 360p. So, yeah. These are old. And it shows. But I have to see it for myself. I just have to see it for myself. This is my Christmas gift for you all. Because for the next 5 days I am again not available because of work and obviously Christmas. So yeah, let's celebrate with some shitty reviews. I have my chocolate, I have my meat. It's, by the way, Viking's blood with ginger. Very good stuff. And shall we watch some episodes? Okay, let me turn off the music here. And never mind. Well then, let's get to it. I don't know if I need to adjust the volume a little bit, so we gotta see. Drinking blood for my ancestors, very nice. Hey, it's not my fault that Viking's blood is their way of saying it's cherry flavor, okay? I also drink pirate's blood, which is just black currant. So, let's start, by the way, with Super Mario 64. One of the greatest games from Nintendo 64. I also like the acronym for this, GITSY. GITSY. It is like Caddy said. It sounds like a Russian beverage. GITSY. It's good for your spleen. So yeah, let's start off strong. Gonna be a lot of rage from this person. Well, I hope not. We shall see. He has he has a lot of wild takes from what I have seen, so whatever. Enough yapping! By the way, get used to this tune. It plays every single time.
Okay, you've just spent over $200 on the Nintendo 64 and the new Mario game. You pop it in, stretch Mario's face just for fun, then listen to Princess Toadstool invite you to the castle and watch the Lakitu Cloud fly around with his camera. You arrive via tube. Remember, you're a plumber. It's your first time in this brand new world.
Remember,
and what a world it
he's a
is.
plumber.
You can climb trees and do huge flips out of them. You can head towards the waterfall and listen as it gets louder and louder. You can jump over the fence and swim around in the moat. Just try not to get caught up in the force of the waterfall. In Super Mario 64, you can do just about anything. It is, in fact, like jumping into the movie Toy Story. But don't get all psyched up about traveling to infinity and beyond just yet. Although the gameplay and graphics are very cinematic, the basic setup and plot of the game is no big surprise. After a few days of playing the game, it starts to get old. The game is way too short, only 15 main levels. Most players will beat the game in less than 2 weeks.
Wait, hold on. My mind needed to process this. What did he just say?
And graphics are very cinematic. The basic setup and plot of the game is no big surprise. After a few days of playing the game, it starts to get old.
This is what I said when
The force of the waterfall. In Super Mario 64, you can do just about anything.
Which is a good thing. This is a praise for the game. And then...
Very cinematic. The basic setup and plot of the game is no big surprise. After a few days of playing the game, it starts to get old.
Make up your mind! Do you like this game or not?
The game is way too short, only 15 main levels. Most players will beat the game in less than 2 weeks, unless they plan on getting all 120 stars to gain access to Yoshi. That little chore is extremely difficult. Stars are hidden everywhere. Some of them are practically impossible to find on your own, like the one in Stage 2 that can only be uncovered by blasting out of a cannon and breaking off the corner of a wall. There's another one in the Hazy Maze level that's out of sight above your head. But if you use wall jumps near the Boulder Hall, you'll discover it in no time. The game would be better if we were treated with plot developments and cinema scenes just like the kind we get at the end of the game. Incidentally, Mario 64 has the best ending ceremony of any game in history. It's just outstanding. The super graphics, camera movement, and real voices make Mario 64 more than worthy of your time. Don't get us wrong. There are 64 other reasons for you to buy this game, but we just wanted to get the negatives out of the way first. Now here's what's great about the game. First of all, the gameplay is truly 3D, and once you get used to switching the camera angles, you can use them to your advantage. Mario 64 was developed using Silicon Graphics computers, the same computers that brought you the special effects in Jurassic Park, Twister, Independence Day, and of course, Toy Story. The significance of this is that video games are becoming so advanced and so popular that they're starting to gain Hollywood's attention. Although we've carped on a few of Mario's shortcomings, please be aware that this is only because of the enormously high expectations that have accompanied the game and the development of Nintendo 64 for years. The game does get fun again after you beat it, and then focus on finding 120 stars. Since you're familiar...
He contradicted himself again. He said it gets very old and everything, all this bad stuff, and then he turns around again. This game is getting fun again once you beat it once. Huh?
Familiar with all of the courses by then, the game is a little less frustrating. For the premier title of this system, Super Mario 64 is a breakthrough in graphics and play control. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. One last thing we should mention is prices. Nintendo 64 games will be, on average, $10 to $15 more expensive than Super Nintendo games. This means that most games may cost around $70, compared to an average of $50 for first-generation gaming systems. Although we believe that Nintendo will definitely beat its current rivals when all is said and done, well-established and emerging systems like Sony PlayStation could surprise us all. That's how things look right now. But as the Nintendo 64 grows and the writable disk drive is introduced, the gaming game will surely change. We all want the best games there are. We all want games that give Hollywood a run for its money. But how much are we willing to pay for these great software titles? Maybe, as video games become more mainstream, companies will be able to afford to lower their software prices in an effort to attract even more buyers. Now that's virtual reality.
I actually don't know what to say. Guy's the type of guy who is like water, very refreshing, and then say water tastes like shit. Right. Big ooh for me. Yep. And now imagine every single one of them being like this. So, what am I getting myself into? Nope, I'm gonna do it. At least for 2 hours. So, let's see. What can I look at next? Actually, I am very curious about the Earthbound review. Rather have IGN review a game than this. Yeah. The feeling is mutual, my friends. Okay, let's see the Earthbound review.
Like Illusion of Gaia, Earthbound comes packed with a load of hints if you need them. Earthbound is an easy RPG, but Nintendo wanted the game to be easy, so...
It's great that I just can hear him on my right ear. Bro!
Provide constant, uninterrupted fun. Earthbound has so many comic elements to it that Nintendo doesn't want you to give up on the game and never see those funny scenes. Earthbound is the first RPG to be set in modern times. You save your progress by calling your dad over the telephone and refill your energy by eating pizza. Speaking of pizza, you can play the game with your left hand and eat pizza in the other, since the game can be controlled with the L button, which lets you talk and check, otherwise known as search, and the control pad to move. Prepare to visit several places: a clubhouse, arcade, burger shop, theater, Loch Ness Lake, dinosaur museum, hospital, drugstore, Stonehenge, a police station, library, a park, city hall, preschool, a bakery, laboratory,
it's
tents,
great
caves,
that he
inns, a desert, a beach resort, grocery store, a snake shop, and Saturn Valley.
But what do you think
Watch
about
out
the game?
for Master Belch. You may have smelled him before.
Oh.
Bottom line, the battles and the HP elements seem out of place, but the psychic experience points fit the Earthbound mold well. The game is easy, but you should consider buying it just because it's really innovative. Earthbound is the first RPG set in modern times. The graphics are impressive artistically, but not technically. The humor makes the game interesting.
Where does this footage from Final Fantasy VI come from? Huh? What does it? Huh? What does Final Fantasy VI have anything to do with Earthbound? Why? Huh? By the way, something else I need to clarify. This guy loves to spoil games for you. So be fucking prepared. What is going on? I don't know. I want to know myself. Bro. So yeah, I definitely gonna say if there's which review I'm gonna watching. So if there's something you haven't seen yet and wish to be spoiler free, please heads up. Or maybe I don't know. Oops. Maybe some type of code like oh, I know. That you can watch it look again. I love that the wine is just moving even though the glass is still... Yeah, it's one of the new assets that moves along with me. So, But this is so far the only asset that kind of fits what I'm drinking right now. This is a wine glass, but I'm drinking mead. There's no meat asset. So, But technically, mead is honey wine, so it still fits. And the Viking's blood is red, so still fits, maybe? I don't know. By the way, I love these new assets they added in. Yeah. Wink wonk. Yeah, wink wonk. So, yeah. And also another problem, if I put the wine glass any nearer towards me, then it attaches to my body and then the glass moves along with me, which doesn't make any sense either. So yeah, it stays there as it is. Or like a certain German individual would like to say, Halt, stopp! Das bleibt alles so wie es ist! You need to commission someone to get a meat cup asset. That would be awesome, but I don't know anyone. I also want another asset for certain purposes regarding a certain franchise going forward. But yeah. Anyway, let's just continue with this wild ride. Thanks for the hand pad, I appreciate it. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. 1080 snowboarding. Now I'm very curious about this. It was staring into my face. This tune is catchy though.
We wish we could show you all the cool secrets of 1080 snowboarding.
What was
New tracks, giving your character a body of ice, the head of a panda, or a snowboard shaped like a penguin. We're not joking either. These nifty bonuses can only be accessed if you beat the game in every mode on the expert level. In other words, forget about it. 1080 has two basic principles, racing and performing tricks. Two modes offer racing, another two offer tricks, and yet another provides two-player action. Obviously, the tricks are harder to master, but Nintendo deserves a big fat kiss for basing all the stunts around the B button, not having dozens upon dozens of random combination moves like so many other games. Even the hardest move, the 1080 Air, is manageable under this system. The game is still hard though, like Diddy Kong Racing. The control is very accurate, and you'll perform best if you swish from side to side as you go, as well as look at the direction of the snowboard, not your character, to get your angling exact. The game's best feature is the graphics. Each level has the look and feel of being one with nature. The lighting is oh so gorgeous. You'll need a bib to catch the drool from admiring the landscapes, complete with shortcuts and hidden paths. 1080 snowboarding is the best game on the Nintendo 64 so far this year. And while that's not saying much for the system, it is saying a lot for the game. Its only faults are length, only 6 racing courses, and the lack of chasmic jumps. Chasmic may not be a real word, but it should be. We want huge, imaginative jumps that keep you airborne for 10 seconds. Is it realistic? Heck no, but realism is getting boring in video games. Oh, before we forget, the character selection screen is kinda cool. Each snowboarder is hanging out in the ski lodge. Makes sense, huh? Even in the few moments you'll spend there, you'll notice how each one has a distinctive personality, not just in what he's doing, but in his voice as well. Unfortunately, the game includes no female snowboarder.
Wait, you cannot say that and then not show a clip where he's speaking. Come on, give us the voice! We need an example! At least I need an example.
And a Canadian snowboarder would have been a real treat, a lot more exciting than the incorporation of Tommy Hilfiger clothes. By the way, if I mispronounce the name, you can chalk it up to my age and pure apathy. At first we thought 1080 was a quick, albeit excellent thrill ride, which due to its mere 6 courses was not worth $60. Although not every part of each mode takes place on an actual course, all modes are worth your attention. While motor racing games are stuffed with extra modes of play, they don't have the relevance that 1080's modes possess. One mode seems simple at first, until you realize you have to perform several tricks in a row and stick the landing. If you don't, your score goes to 0. 1080 will keep you busy for a while, so even non-sports fans may want to buy it.
Too.
Congratulations, Nintendo. Once again, you've snuck another surprise hit into the world of gaming.
At least the scoring of this game was good? Like, control, difficulty, and design all A? Thank you. Ah! Ayo! Hero Lilium! Welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I'm just sitting here and questioning my existence because of these reviews. But yeah, hi! How's it going? I am Mary Albry. I am a cat turned human turned VTuber.
Here we go again.
Here we go again, yeah. And I can create stars. I am very cringe, but not as cringe as this fucking motherfucking journalist, I would say. But nah. Anyway, enjoy your stay. Happy to have you here. And welcome to hell. Like, bruh, what is this guy on? Final Fantasy VIII would be next. Huh. Should I go for it? Final Fantasy VIII? Basically, we are watching a video of a guy who doesn't care about the review. Yeah. It's called Gaming in the Clinton Years. Silly name, but it is what it is. And yeah, this guy reviews old games. It was from the 90s and early 2000s. This man is a running wild card. But yeah, so far we watched Super Mario 64, Earthbound, and now 1080 snowboarding. And now we're moving on to Final Fantasy VIII. Navigator! I love you! Thank you for giving us to cringe about. Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's great that we get cutscenes, but where's the review? Guys, speak! Speak up! I don't want to see Squall and his girlfriend dance. I want to see what you think about the game! Bro! This is a mute review. Well, apparently, okay, this is actually nice to see. Some behind the scenes. And I have to tone down the volume, like, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to start out by taking you through this first part of the game step by step. You begin with Squall, an antisocial garden military trainee who is yet to meet the love of his life.
Hi Rio, welcome to the
First
stream.
off, if this storyline is truly to reach epic levels, then I hope one of the lovers dies. From Shakespeare to the English Patient to Titanic, death has proven to be the most effective instrument of high romantic drama.
He did not just say that! No! He wants blood!
As As you can see, the full motion video is impressive, but sometimes the characters feel dead inside. They're too mechanical. Renoa's eyes aren't lively enough,
Yeah, okay.
and Squall's
Sure,
face shows
buddy.
no character. He's over-idealized, and the emptiness he feels inside isn't quite captured in his eyes and facial expressions. Perhaps that will change. If you think Squall looks young, check out Zell, the ultimate Geekazoid. Look how he smiles right into the camera. Can you get any cheesier than that? Oh well. When you're in class, go into the tutorial in the study panel on your desk. Here you can download your first 2 Guardian Forces, or GFs. A Guardian Force is a powerful mythical creature or spirit which casts and defends against certain types of magic. Shiva's elemental magic is ice, so she's effective against fire enemies.
Okay.
Once you download the GFs, leave the classroom. When you run into Selphie, tell her you don't have the time to give her a tour, and then head in the direction from which she came. Notice the guy on the right. He'll give you 7 magic cards for later use. Take the cards and go down the elevator. On the next floor, keep walking out toward the screen until you find Quistis, your teacher. Talk to her and then leave the irritating music of Balam Garden.
Wasn't it supposed to be a review? Now this is a full
Welcome to the
game
Overworld,
guide?
home of dated PlayStation graphics. If you look at the ocean and face left, you'll spot a cave behind a small forest area. Go there to fight Ifrit, the fire boss. If you beat him, you can equip him as a GF. You will quickly learn the only way to cast non-GF magic spells is to draw the spells from your enemies while in battle. Personally, I like this system a lot. It gives weaker characters something productive to do while you wait for the impending doom of your character's GF. Sometimes only one GF will be effective on a larger enemy. In Final Fantasy VIII, once you draw a magic spell, you can either store it or cast it. Therefore, enemies with pure spells can actually help you heal yourself.
This guy.
The junction system is confusing at first, but you should get the hang of it in about 30 minutes. The menu system could be much more organized, especially the sub-menus, which are opened by pressing X while on another screen. If you don't read the mandatory in-game tutorials, you'll never know they exist. For every con, there is a pro, however. One con is that the status screen does not show which GFs are equipped. One pro is that item and magic inventory lists are now composed of pages. No more endlessly scrolling item lists.
Oh.
For extended critical analysis of this game, visit flightsoffantasy.com, where we discuss the pros and cons of the junction system, the pacing problems of the battle system left over from Final Fantasy VII, and some minor story quirks. Final Fantasy VIII is a must-buy. It's not perfect, and as of yet, the story is more plot-driven than character-driven, but this game is perhaps the most engaging RPG of all time. The easy difficulty level allows you to freely enjoy the momentum of the story above all else. While traditional RPG elements like armor and money are less apparent in this title, it's a nice change of pace without them. That doesn't mean we don't want to see them again.
Like I said, this behind the scenes is actually nice. But what is bro on about? Guy dances like me. I mean, he wasn't prepared for it. But it's actually a very cute scene. The music is too loud again. Sound mixing! Ever heard of this?
Look for continued coverage of this game soon. Oh, by the way, if Square doesn't add voiceovers to Final Fantasy IX, I'm committing suicide. I hate text.
What? doing? Jesus!
Bruh.
I did not expect this! This guy's a creature, yep! He sure is! Oh my god! God help me! Ah! Let's just continue. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, this is actually, this looks promising. GoldenEye, the GoldenEye game. Oh yes, let's go, GoldenEye. Now I want to see what he thinks about one of the greatest first-person shooters from the 90s.
The name's Bond, James Bond. GoldenEye is basically a first-person shooter game, the genre popularized by Doom. Nintendo has emphasized that GoldenEye is not just another Doom clone. This may be true, but GoldenEye hardly redefines the genre. The graphics are excellent, except for the blocky human figures. The surface textures are beautiful,
Bro, what do
and you
you
can see far
expect?
into the distance.
This was
You can
the
see even
64.
further with a sniper rifle, which lets you
Was the
zoom
Nintendo
in on the
64.
horizon to aim at unsuspecting guards. The zoom feature on this gun can be awkward though, especially when you're aiming at an alarm button which you want to destroy. There's an easy solution to this problem. Don't use the sniper rifle for aiming at objects. GoldenEye 007 has 20 stages in all, 18 on the low difficulty level and one extra stage for each of the higher 2 difficulty levels. Regardless of the difficulty, the game is automatically saved after you beat any stage. Without this feature, beating the game would be impossible. In fact, beating the game is impossible on the higher difficulty levels. Do yourself a favor, don't even try them. You still get an ending with low difficulty, and as far as we know, the ending does not change along with the difficulty.
Bro!
The ending is pretty stupid.
Bro! Huh? Do you realize, good sir, you do realize that game developers make sure, well, back then it was maybe a little bit difficult to when there are some game-breaking glitches are involved with, for example, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, but that aside, game devs make sure that the game is still beatable even on higher difficulty. The difficulty system is just there to give players a challenge. If they think normal is too easy for them, then they can go too hard and be like, yeah, now that's a challenge. Bro! If you think it's impossible on higher difficulty, then maybe you not just cut for higher difficulty, then play easy or normal, whatever, but don't just throw that in like that. You sound like a whiny loser.
Reflects the lack of emphasis on cinematic sequences in the game. There are very few cinematic sequences, and even those scenes constitute only the camera swooping around the landscape of a new level. In the ending, Bond escapes in a helicopter, and then we see him kissing Natalia in the jungle. She goes, "Ooh, James," and the credits roll. Whoop-de-doo. Although there's not much plot development in the cinema scenes, the actual gameplay, what you do in the game, keeps the story going on its own. Moving over to play control, you can adjust the commands assigned to each button on your controller without any trouble. You will surely want to change from the default controls to make the game handle more like Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. The control is not flawless, no matter what the setting. If you're looking down while walking over a gun, you won't pick it up. If you're looking ahead while walking over it,
Imagine
you will.
giving a
Now
game a
that's
bad score
stupid.
because he has
Moving the
an option
crosshairs
to
is
pick
also
hard and
difficult.
difficult.
You can switch weapons safely by pressing start.
Yep.
Bond will look down at his watch, bringing up a menu system with everything you need to worry about. If you beat the game on the hardest mode, you will open up hidden levels for the 4-player mini-games, which we can't show you because we only have one controller. And frankly, we don't care about the multiplayer stuff. No one buys a game specifically for multiplayer options.
I beg to differ. Nowadays, multiplayer games are booming in the industry. Otherwise, where does esports coming from then? And even if it's far from the future, have you seen Mario Party? Have you seen Mario Kart?
GoldenEye is an excellent game, even with its flaws. Experienced players will beat it quickly, though, so some of you might be better off renting it. Our last note regarding this game is about the bungee jumping scene. Look at this. It looks like he's jumping without a rope. To make matters worse, the camera is all screwed up. He jumps. He jumps again, from a different angle. What the heck? Is this some new funky directing style or what? Okay, enough of Bond.
Have you seen Wii Sports? Well, in the 90s Wii didn't existed yet, but I made examples of games that did exist during this time. And I was still, with these little examples, I was able to disprove his point. Oh my god. What am I doing? This is gonna... No, I stay strong. Let's continue. Oh, brother. What's out next? Maybe I should name some titles and then make you decide if it's up your alley. Right now I skipped Wild 9 and Contra Legacy of War. Oh, no, better not to do this because it immediately said Legacy of War ending, so it's gonna spoil the ending. So, nah, let's better stay out of this. So, Wild 9. What is this game? It's only 1 minute long. Guy just looks a picture of a sandwich as motivation to write this game. Yeah, exactly. Just a picture of a sandwich on his wall with there stands, "You are awesome. Eat me." Eat me, Georgie. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? No, what is wrong with this?
Wild 9 seems to be a 90s version of the classic Bionic Commando game. Your character sports a weapon called the Rig, some sort of device which emits an electric beam. The beam acts like a grappling hook, helping to hoist you onto high platforms. You can also grab enemies with it and flop them back and forth. This is so much fun, a true guilty pleasure. The controls are so precise that you'll never feel as if the game cheats. Wild 9 will not disappoint.
Any experience with this game? Can someone confirm what he just said? Well, anyway. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit longer. Final Doom. Ooh. It's Doom. Got this.
Final Doom from Williams is a game that chews you up and spits you out. Like any Doom game, Final Doom is invincible, indestructible, impossible, impenetrable. We're going to try to be clever for the rest of this review. Don't have a cow once you figure out what we're saying. Final Doom is just more of the same old Doom shoot-'em-up action that has spawned countless clones in the video game industry. The same Doom enemies that inhabited all the other Doom games of this Doom series are also in this Doom game. Doom it, we're sick of all these Doom bloody games with more Doom gunshots in 1 minute than we would otherwise hear in a lifetime. We're sick of all the Doom groans of the dead demons and the
Jesus
people you
Christ,
must shoot in the
enough
game.
with the Doom
Doom it.
puns.
These games make you Doom crazy, especially since they're so Doom hard. Normally, challenge is good, but not in this Doom game. Hardcore Doomers will be in Doom Nirvana. The game is actually 3 games in 1. Master levels from the internet, Plutonia, and TNT. All are extremely difficult. Hidden in the instruction booklet is a password that gives you all of the game's weapons. But even with that little gem, you will fail miserably. Don't worry, we're not going to Doom Williams, but let's just say it's time to put this series to rest. Of course, we may end up eating crow once Doom 64 comes out. And I mean Doom as in Doom in that instance. If you think that all these Dooms are bad, wait till you find out what BFG stands for. The BFG 9000 is the biggest gun in the game. If Williams sees this segment, they will either A, laugh at all the Dooms, B, put us on their to-Doom list, C, doom us to Hades, or D, not do one Doom thing.
I'm sorry, I was so distracted by all these fucking Doom puns all over the place. Mary, I'm so close to just go to sleep right now. This is terrible. I mean, I would not blame ya. Holy shit. Holy mother effing. Let's see, what else is there? Ooh, okay, now this is gonna be interesting. Resident Evil 2. Don't say anything bad about one of my favorite horror games. I beg of you. There's no consistency with his reviews. I know! I feel like this is gonna be good. Please,
Resident
pray.
Evil 2 is definitely the devil of a game. It opens with exquisite full-motion video, violent full-motion video. Make that very violent full-motion video, complete with shots to the head and seizure-induced corpses. Resident Evil 2 has the same gameplay as the original. In that respect, the game's a disappointment, but no one, including us, will be able to...
What did you just say?
Make that very violent full-motion video, complete with shots to the head and seizure-induced corpses. Resident Evil 2 has the same gameplay as the original. In that respect, the game's a disappointment, but no one, including us, will be able to resist this game.
Are we going to the debate that, again, that tank controls equals bad game? In my honest opinion, I never, really never understood the hate towards tank controls. I mean, okay, maybe it can break the flow a little bit and makes controlling the character a little bit chunky, but I honestly have no trouble with it. And I think that tank controls back then kind of made horror games even more terrifying to play with. Because it really shows you are in trouble. You have to somehow get around this conundrum with your own with your own abilities. Because you are just one guy or girl, depending on what your character is, and beat the evil monsters or whatever. I mean, it wouldn't be kind of boring if this game would be too easy to solve for you. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna quickly allow this. Thank you. Can create stuff. Crush it. Why would I crush his balls? Have you seen how old he is during this? He's an old man by now. I don't even know he's still alive at this point. So, no, thank you.
The gore is not the big draw here, at least not for us. It's the suspense, the eerie music, the awesome full-motion video. We really get annoyed with having to shoot a zombie 10 times before it's actually dead. This kind of ridiculous crap really slows down the game, and we're forced to suffer this unrealistic gimmick every time we find a zombie.
Again, I beg to differ. It just shows how terrifying these mob enemies are. Like, it gives you a sense of emergency. They do not stay down, so either fight or run for the hills. Bro.
And that happens a lot. In fact, you usually find zombies hanging together in huge crowds, making the job even more difficult.
Technically, zombies. Zombies do exist. You can actually make a zombie. Zombies are practically human with brain damage. I actually watched a very long time ago a kind of snippet of a documentation, I think it was. And if you tamper with the brain of a human being without killing them, then you can make a zombie out of them. And in that case, they tamper with the brain and cut pieces out of it that only the lust for hunger still remains. So that is why the zombie is out for flesh. So yeah, they can exist.
People like to say how scary Resident Evil 2 is. We haven't felt a shiver yet, but we haven't played the game alone in the dark. That's probably the best way to play. Resident Evil 2, on the whole, is an excellent game that no one should be without. It's no Tomb Raider, but we shouldn't expect it to be either. Resident Evil 2 does a great job at capturing the horror mood like no other game ever made.
Well, thank God that we're on the same page for once. I mean, you were just trashing about this game all over the place, and now you say, oh, it's awesome, everybody should play this. Makes sense.
The controls still have that watch where you're going, I overshot the doorway feel, but by now, everyone's used to this style of control, so we're giving it a generous C. Everything else gets an A. Resident Evil 2 comes highly recommended.
I love how the footage now is completely silent, like, ah. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I don't know why, but I hate when reviews are comparing a game to another game. Well, did you know that there was actually one attempt on comparing two games directly with each other? Take a wild guess what games they picked for this. They dedicated one video just for comparing two two games with each other. I have something to tell you. Maybe I can find it here somewhere. Then we can watch this too. Like, whoever approved of that? But yeah, take a guess. What games did they compare with each other? Kind of like a versus type of mashup. Take a guess. You will never get the answer. No idea. Well, the first opponent is Super Mario 64. Now, who is gonna be the combatant? Sonic? No, wrong. I give you two more tries. I'm gonna tell you, you will not get it. This is so stupid. Doom? Close, but no. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Nope. Not even close. But yeah, you were already on a good point with Doom. They made a mashup with Super Mario 64 and Resident Evil! Two completely different games with completely different audiences! Like, bro! You cannot compare a literal children's game with a horror game where you shoot fucking zombie dogs and heads clean off! You have to see this.
It seems as though the battle between the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation will be directly related to players' choices between Super Mario 64 and Resident Evil. These games are the beachhead of their respective systems. But which is better? Well, let's go through this point by point. Mario has camera.
They could have taken any other children's game from the PlayStation. Crash Bandicoot exists. Spyro exists. So Resident Evil!
Motion during gameplay, but Evil only has it during the hands-off cinema scenes. Evil has real voices for its characters, but Mario and his friends are mute. Mario doesn't require you to solve impossible puzzles to win the game, but Evil has you solve tons of them. Actually, you won't solve tons of them. The game is virtually impossible without the hint book. So what's the bottom line?
I beg to differ. The puzzles in Resident Evil are really not that hard. The only thing you need to do is fucking read! The solution is right there, in the game. You just have to follow the fucking solution. And he treats it like you need have at least 10 doctor titles in science to complete this.
Super Mario 64 wins by a close call. It's more visual and immersive than Resident Evil. However, to our knowledge, no Nintendo 64 game has voices and dialogue yet. That's a big mistake, and we hope that changes. It's not just the graphics that players want. The Nintendo 64 is still very young, though. The Super NES didn't start off with Donkey Kong Country quality, so don't expect tomorrow from the N64 today. We still have to wait for the 64DD, as it's called. This disk drive add-on will be used in the N64 games of the future. All this talk makes us wonder, what's going on with Sega? Well, listen to the soundbite from Sega president Tom Kalinske.
Our technology comes from the arcade world. You can't take arcade games, advanced computer graphics in the arcade world, and run them on the most advanced PC today. But you can run them on Saturn. Saturn is more advanced than either PlayStation or Nintendo 64. It has three 32-bit processors in it.
How did we get to this point?
Well, look, Sega, if all this is true, then why aren't you on top? You make a game like Mario 64, and then we'll talk. Until then, we rest our case.
Ever heard of Sonic, you dimwits? What is happening? I don't know. I want to know what's going on in his brain. Bro. Well, anyway. What else is there? Maybe there's something. Ooh. Please don't say anything about this. I spot a game that I'm actually very interested. I feel like I'm gonna wake up and realize that I'm actually 6 years old. Okay, let's not go into this. I'm actually curious what he's gonna say about Parasite Eve. Actually fitting, because Parasite Eve is a Christmas game! Technically, because it takes place at Christmas. Yay! It's the die-hard of video games! Okay. Don't you dare trash about this! This game is awesome!
Parasite Eve is like a cross between Christmas Eve and Armageddon. The plot is silly, something about alien infestation among humans, but it's serviceable, and the full-motion video sequences are rendered in
Okay, I already have to pause it and say you did not pay attention to this at all. It has nothing to do with aliens. It is about mitochondria. You know, cells in your body going amok. Building own conscious. And spreading like a parasite. It has nothing to do with fucking aliens.
Frightening detail. Set in New York City after an epidemic, much of the game is eerily silent. If you play this game in the dark, you might just scare yourself. A bit of advice though, always check the dead bodies for keys and other items. You never know what you can pull off a corpse. The game is way too short, only about 9 hours. And you can
corpses for key items. That is true. But then he bombs the... Ah!
through it by going to www.parasiteeve.com/walk.htm. There, you can print out a complete walkthrough. Another downside to the game is the controls. Walking around is awkward in tight spaces, especially with dead bodies on the floor. Parasite Eve is almost a salute to Resident Evil 2, which offers similar control. However, the latter is a much better game overall.
What? Wait, what?
However, the latter is a much better game. Parasite Eve is almost a salute to Resident Evil 2, which offers similar control. However, the latter is a much better game overall.
Oh my god. Okay. Be gladful you don't have to submit yourself anymore to this. Have fun at work, Rio. Thanks for stopping by. You get sleep for 9 hours. It's pretty short. Uh-huh. Oh my god. This guy. He's not real. He's not real. He's some kind of bending in the Matrix. Wait. Is this a collective video about Nintendo 64 launch titles? Huh. Could be interesting. He isn't even real in the Matrix.
Look at that! Fantastic! Yes, the Nintendo 64, or the N64 for short, is sure to be the key to the future of video gaming.
Oh my
when
god,
the N64 finally comes out in September,
hold
on
of
for dear
these.
life. You're going to be on quite a ride. Super Mario 64 delivers Toy Story quality graphics, which makes you wonder why Hollywood hasn't made a computer-generated Mario movie yet. Shigeru Miyamoto has really outdone himself this time, bringing Mario back like never before.
Here we go. I mean, back then, maybe they didn't have the technology for this, but it just took them 20 years to do this from now on. But hey, we got a Mario movie now, a good one. High and low standards. Yep.
Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake.
Star Wars for the N64 looks hot, as expected, but the theme music in the game needs work. The melody's the same as the movie, but it sounds different. We want the actual classical musical score, not a video game derivative of it. Come on.
Maybe that's just my humble guess, but maybe they didn't have the license for this because, like you said, it's a game about a movie, and you need the rights from Spielberg and Lucas. And now Disney, by the way, because Disney owns this company now.
On. The space areas and explosions look so real. No wonder George Lucas is hell-bent on redoing Star Wars. Look how much better the effects could be. This game is awesome. Pilot Wings, on the other hand, looks just like a cute flying game. Yeah, the graphics are outstanding, and flying around skyscrapers is cool, but we'd have to play it first before we can really judge it. This type of game is probably...
If you haven't played it, why put that then here on the list? Come on!
meant to tap into the PC genre, which has tons of super realistic flight simulators. This game may be fun to play, but it's no Mario. Rare's logo just keeps getting better and better with each new game, and nothing tops it in Killer Instinct. Far from finished, and once rumored to have been canceled, all we have to show of KI is the characters. There's Bjorkard looking a bit more authentic this time around. Again, look at the graphics. They melt the eye. The rest of the N64 games we have don't have sound yet. Slow development, I guess. Like Pilot Wings, Wave Race looks spectacular, but uninspiring. Now, there's a paradox, if I've ever heard one. We don't see how this game could have enough variety in gameplay to be worth $70. Super Mario Kart looks good too, but the courses aren't scenic enough. Perhaps this will change as time goes on. Speaking of change, money plays a key role in Blast Corps. You get to rake in the insurance money for all the structures you trample to the ground. Well, why are you on a rampage? Because you have to clear a perfectly flat path by which to support 3 sensitive missiles to the middle of nowhere. This game may actually catch on. It's not a simulation game, it's more of a beat-the-clock action game. Busting things is fun to do anyway, even if it's just a question mark block from Super Mario Bros. Kirby's Air Ride for the N64 will be a 4-player
What
game
is
aimed
with
at
him
younger
and
children.
keeping
You
comparing
really
that to
fly fast in
Mario?
this game, but if flying is your thing, you want Star Fox. Look at the super realistic
Can you
graphics
tell
of this
he's
baby.
giving compliments
Lens flare
to
and
a game
everything.
or dissing
What a
it?
gem this game will be. You can just
Me
see how smooth
neither.
the control is by looking at the R-Wing spaceship fly in and out and around the buildings. Look at how the camera automatically turns around at just the right time to show you what you need to see, while at the same time getting a dramatic camera shot. Star Fox looks like butter. You can almost feel the controller in your hands from just watching it. Star Fox is sure to take off. One by one, players will be sucked away into a fantastic fantasy world. That's what the N64 is all about. It's the ultimate fun machine. It'll take you on your own personal flights of fantasy.
So yeah, hope you can recover from this before Christmas comes, Mary. I have to work, so something else is gonna catch me off guard by then, I feel like. So, it's fine. It's fine. Oh my god, my eye's itching. Okay. Moving on! What else do we... What is he going to say about Tekken 3? I am curious.
Here we go with a quadruple review. First up is Namco's Tekken 3. Many are hailing it as the best fighting game of all time. I don't know about that. Tekken 3 is
Excuse
a very
me?
good game though. It's packed with all sorts of modes, one of which offers side-scrolling play. The control gets an A, difficulty gets an A, and design gets a B. Tekken 3 is refined, but not revolutionary. Fighting game fans should buy it as soon as they can.
Wasn't so bad, actually. Huh. That wasn't actually not so bad. Props to you! Huh. Please, keep it coming. What else is there? Oh, the director's cut of Resident Evil. Okay, now we watched 2. Now let's see what 1 has in store. Mac 9. Bruh, this was what the fuck.
Knowing full well that players are counting the days until the release of Resident Evil 2, Capcom has released the perfect package to make the wait more tolerable. With Resident Evil Director's Cut, you can experience the uncut, more gory Japanese version of the fastest-selling Sony PlayStation game ever. As if the game weren't challenging enough, the enhanced version includes rearranged items and weapons, faster and smarter enemies, new camera
That is
angles,
if you
and
play
alternate
on the
character
hard mode
graphics.
difficulty.
Furthermore, a playable demo of Resident Evil 2 is packed inside the game on a separate disc. Cynics may scoff at the idea of re-releasing a game that is only a year old, but at only $39.99, Capcom doesn't look too greedy. Still, we can only justify buying this game if you fall into one of 2 categories.
Why is he
One,
just
you
standing
didn't buy the
there?
original Resident Evil and therefore haven't played through the entire game. Or 2, you're that desperate to sneak a peek at Resident Evil 2, which is scheduled for a January debut. We really only have 3 complaints toward Resident Evil Director's Cut, 1 minor, 2 major. The first major quibble is the fact that the awful play control didn't get any reworking, even though non-essentials like camera angles and character graphics were
There's
changed.
the rant again.
The second major quibble is the missing severed head shot in this zombie munching scene. You can see the falling head right here, but we got this footage directly from Capcom. When we played the game, the head was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, that is actually something that I witnessed too. So yeah, even though we got through the director's cuts version some of the footage from the Japanese, still this this one little thing got removed still? Eh? But this is not something I would cry over it. It's just that would make the game automatically bad. It's just something that you see. Oh, it's gone. Anyway, let's keep playing. I wouldn't call it an issue.
We're not complaining about the lack of gross stuff because we love to see that severed head, even though we do, but rather because the game promised to be uncensored.
I just realized we're not complaining, but we are complaining. That is basically him.
Lastly, the one minor complaint is carried over from our review of the original game. The black and white opening scene is tacky, poorly shot, poorly edited, sinfully fakey, and ultimately unscary. Jill's frantic cries and the salivating monster are never once convincing, not even for a nanosecond. Anyway,
Maybe this is because that this footage that was shown is censored itself. Because it was originally in full color, and you could actually see how Joseph is being ripped apart by the zombie dog. But here, nah, was all cut off. That's why it looks so wonky.
Anyway, judged by itself, Resident Evil Director's Cut is a good buy. Just remember the two categories we mentioned before you decide to buy the game. Of course, you don't have to fall into either category, but it's our opinion that if you don't, you're wasting money. And you know what you can do with that opinion if you don't agree with it.
So yeah, more nitpicking about the tank controls. Bruh, get over it. Either get good at it or just let someone else do the reviews, please. If only it wasn't 9 hours short of a game. Ah! Oh my god. We cannot get over this. That in his eyes, 9 hours are short. Is this... yeah. Ooh! Now this is a title I haven't heard about in forever. Siphon Filter. I remember that back then.
When does the operation begin?
Our intelligence within the FBI was not clear, but Romer's men are already inside the subway.
Is it the same virus?
Yes, enough to eliminate everyone within 100 miles.
I remember back then that
Procedure?
Standard intercept.
regarding stealth and shooter games, Metal Gear and Splinter Cell were regarded as the big one. And everybody forgot that there's actually a third little brother. And this is Siphon Filter, right here.
And eliminate.
I mean, the main character here, Gabe, was actually also referenced in Metal Gear Solid 3 at some point. Where Snake really says, why I was pulled from my vacation for this mission? Couldn't Sam and Gabe do this? They're being referred to Sam Fisher and here, this Gabe.
These are from our contact inside Interpol. Jenkins' team is already on search and defused. You are the trigger.
I recognize Anton Gerdu and Mara Aramov. Who's the other one?
Pavel Krevich, Romer's communications expert. When you eliminate him, you'll also have to destroy his comm uplink. You'll be dropped into the strike zone when the firefight begins. You'll have an hour to find your targets.
Maybe I should revisit this game at some point.
Welcome back. One of the best games of 1999 is Siphon Filter from 989 Studios. This GoldenEye killer packs more action and suspense than any other game in recent memory. Despite the loose controls, they are well organized as far as button assignments. As a result, you can quickly jump into this game without...
Wait, the best game from 1999? Hold on, I have to do a little quick research. Games of 1999. Hold on. Deluxe, System Shock. It is funny that he said that this game is regarded as the best game of 1999, when in the same year Resident Evil 2 was released, as well as other titles like Rayman 2, Ape Escape, Final Fantasy VIII, Pokemon Silver and Gold. And the fact that no one is talking about this game anymore says a lot. I rest my case. The GoldenEye killer. Yeah, this is really a wild take. Like, yeah, by today's standards, this game is...
Worrying about command memorization.
Oh. That was the end of it! He just showed off some cutscene and then said a few... said some nice things about this game, along with wild takes, and then called it a day. Bro, I wish I have his job. He just fangirled about the game and then it ends. Yeah. Now I want my sandwich. Oh my god, what? I feel like I should regret starting this stream, but I also kind of not regret it, because otherwise I wouldn't have such good laughs right now. Let's see what he thinks about Medieval. Don't worry, I'll regret it with you. Thanks.
Moving on, Sony's Medieval is a pleasant surprise with its more humorous approach to the horror genre. You rob zombies of their souls, then use that collective energy to obtain enchanted items, all in an effort to overthrow some big, evil bad guy. Okay, it sounds stupid, but who cares? This is an action game. Just like in the movies, you don't look for great plots in the action genre.
I'm sorry, but someone who is a great connoisseur for good stories. Action movies do have stories! Have you ever watched an action movie in your entire life and paid attention to the plot, or were you like, gun, boom, boom?
any rate, you'll get a kick out of exploring the secret loaded levels. For example, hit this angel statue and it will rotate, opening a nearby gate. Medieval has all sorts of secrets like that. Sony did a good job of creating a likable hero. I've never seen such an endearing skeleton.
That's death. No need to take a breath.
I stand corrected.
Hey! Come on! Leave Dan alone! Man! Poor Daniel. Let's see. Do you maybe have any suggestion what I could look for while I hold on? You can still throw in your suggestion while I also put on the intelligent cube.
Puzzle game fans may get excited over Intelligent Cube from Sony, although we don't see why. The game is simple by design and complex in execution. In other words, it's hard to beat, even though you're not doing much. All you do is mark a space on the floor, let a cube fall on it, then activate the marker to zap the cube. Puzzle games are just meant to tease the brain, but we still can't help but wonder why the cubes need to be zapped.
I mean, that... I need to.
They're just meant to tease the brain.
I mean, that is the point of a puzzle game, to tease your brain, to let you make you think.
But we still can't help but wonder why the cubes need to be zapped.
This guy's favorite game is
Maybe we're
probably
plot
something
crazy,
like video
but it'd be
game
nice to know why the
tic-tac-toe
heck we're destroying rolling
complaints.
cubes of all things. The look of the game reminds us of Q*bert. We didn't like that, and we don't like this. It gets old in 5 minutes.
And we're moving on. Ooh, hold on. I have to say the title correct for this one. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Is there a review of Crash? Ah, yeah, I think I saw that somewhere. Let's see, Crash. And we can put this up then afterwards. Card. Adams Contra Bushido Blade. Robin. Oh great! I just realized in one review he just spoils a certain character dying. Lovely! Bloody lovely, asshole. Star Fox, Turok, Samurai Showdown, Rival Schools, Tears of Destiny, Crash Bandicoot 2 I found, so I can give this a go afterwards. After Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Okay. Happy, happy, happy.
We've got some bad news for you. Our review of Zelda won't air until mid-January. The good news is we'll be covering it constantly over the next few months. All we can offer you now is a series of montages. Here's every scrap of video we have of Zelda.
Wait, so this isn't even a review! It's just snippets of the game! Bro, what's the point? Are you for real? Who allowed the show on TV, actually? This meta review, it's to let people review what they see. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, but in that case, what's the point? We already have the full game to play for ourselves, so what's the point to stretch it to 4 minutes? This is just lazy at this point. Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna make Crash Bandicoot 2. Let's see what he has got there.
Simply speaking, Crash Bandicoot 2 is a marvel of graphical beauty and obstacle course-like gameplay that really captures the gamer and keeps him or her enthralled for hours. Crash is able to do this because of the game's creative and ingenious design, reminiscent of the golden years of the first Nintendo system. The inevitable comparisons to Mario will be made, but Crash deserves his own pedestal. Gamers will be delighted at the improvements over the original. First, the graphics are pure, shimmering gorgeousness, bright and colorful. The N64 should be jealous.
I see you are getting the hang of it.
God damn! He quickly jumped ships right there. The entire time he was sucking Nintendo's cock, and now he sees Crash Bandicoot as like, yeah, fuck it! Sony is my new sugar daddy now. Bruh!
Crash!
Improvement number 2 is the non-linear gameplay, more so than Diddy Kong Racing. In each world, you can enter absolutely any of the 5 or so levels at any time. No prerequisites, no waiting to beat those really hard levels. You can put them off and try them later if you want. The final improvement in Crash Bandicoot 2 is that you can save the game anywhere you want. You can revisit older levels without having to walk halfway around the world. All you need do is warp there. As in the last Crash, the bosses are fun and take a few tries to figure out their weaknesses. As you may know already, we changed our challenge rating of the game to a C, mainly because we beat it unexpectedly. Having said that, the game is shorter than we would like, so expert players may want to steer clear. After you beat the game, you can search for all the game's hidden gems and get a slightly better ending, but it's not worth the trouble. At any rate, Crash is a fun play for kids of all ages.
They are actually surprised that they beat this game! There you can see what a shit gamer he is! What? This guy is not for real. We accidentally beat the game. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. How foolish of us. How could we? We are good at the game for once. It didn't even need cheat codes. Oh, my bad. Whoops. Bro. Good news, I also found the first Crash game, so maybe he returns to his old self.
One of the most graphically impressive titles ever to hit the Sony PlayStation, Crash Bandicoot is a challenging, must-have game. First, let's get the negatives out of the way. The gameplay is not as good as Mario 64. The levels aren't as vast or expansive. Crash's levels are basically straight, although you can move anywhere within the path of gameplay. The game is nowhere near as fun as Mario, but it far surpasses Nintendo's mustachioed plumber in challenge. Now we get to the good stuff. Crash is, ironically, quite similar to Mario. Question mark blocks appear everywhere in the game. Common enemies include piranha plants and turtles. This is too much to...
Pill, shut up! I know that I'm a bad gamer, but at least I'm not as bad as this. Bro, what he is pulling, this is just embarrassing. If I would be a gamer like this, I wouldn't even show myself on the internet with my skill.
Be a coincidence. It's probably a nice little slap in the face to Nintendo, and if you've seen the Crash Bandicoot commercials, you'd probably agree. The slap is all in good fun, though. Sony has aggressively marketed its possible new mascot, but very tastefully. We've always wanted Nintendo to be just as dynamic, but their ads are like sticks in the mud. Crash's more mesmerizing levels are later in the game, but players will...
Wait, did he again contradict himself in the same review? First he was praising Mario over Crash, and now Crash is the better game? Make up your fucking mind.
Still be amazed by some of the earlier levels, like the trip down the river and the marathon run to get away from an Indiana Jones-ish boulder. We'll have more on this game in a later show, but the news here is simply that Crash is a good buy. You don't need to know anything more than that, at least not yet. Keep watching for more wild rodent action.
What? Hang on, I need to hear this again.
Crash is a good buy. You don't need to know anything more than that, at least not yet. Keep watching for more.
Oh, you should definitely buy this game. Why should I? Not telling. I'm not telling. Go find out for yourself. But I wanna know, why should I buy this game? Not telling. Go buy this game now. But I really shut up. Buy this game now. Help me. Help me. I found a... I hope it's this one where this one clip is from that I have seen. Please, 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 please. This is a video about hints in Tomb Raider. If it is the video that I think about, you will see something really, really disturbing. The hottest hot take he has so far, I think. No, scratch that. The second hottest take. I've completely forgot about his suicide comments. He's just like, just trust me, bro.
If you're stuck in Tomb Raider, one of the best games ever made, pay close attention to this quick list of hints. In the Atlas Room, investigate the wall on the side of the Boulder Hall. Jump up next to the wall to find a hard-to-see ledge. From there, you will find one of 4 special keys. In the Neptune Room, jump in the water and swim to the bottom. You will find a lever underwater. Pull it to open the gate to yet another key. Pull yourself on top of the rear temple-looking thing to find a dark, cavernous opening in the rock. On the other side of this subterranean path is the room of King Midas, now dead. Do not stand in the hand, or you will turn into gold, fall over, and die. Instead, stand next to it and place the lead bars in it. The bars will turn to gold. You will need the gold bars to exit this area. On the left side of the conservatory as you enter, check out the wall behind the trees. You will find a camouflage switch that will open the left-hand gate in the conservatory. If you can't open the doors in the big Egyptian puzzle room, then you're not looking at the doors close enough. On each door is an inscribed pattern. Two symbols are used. Y means up, and the horseshoe shape means down. Take this into account when you pull the 5 levers in the center of the room to open the doors. In this little cave is a medical aid pack. To reach it, climb among the rocks and jump twice quickly toward the corner of the room. Be sure to jump quickly the second time, because if you react too slow, you will end up sliding down the steep rocks. The only way out of the Egyptian maze is to drop down from the edge of the ape temple high in the caves. You will fall to a lower level of the temple, but not the lowest level. You will need to do a very difficult jump from this level of the temple over to a crack in the wall.
Maybe.
Hang on to the crack and shimmy left to eventually reach the exit.
The face
Many
of
more
someone
challenges
who
are yet to
screams a
come,
lot,
as you have not even made it halfway through the game. In fact, we're stuck in the game too, so you might as well buy the Tomb Raider hint book. Tomb Raider requires some serious work to complete, but make sure you do. You'll love every minute of it.
Yeah, we suck at this game. We haven't beat it either, so yeah, good luck. Okay, it was not the video I was hoping for, so maybe it's this one. Please, 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 please. Don't let me search up the entire playlist just for one fucking wild take. Where is it? 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 Please. Please, 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 please. Is it this one? Hold on. Is it this one? This one? This one? Nope. Just another spoilery thing. Jesus Christ, how many videos are there where he spoils the ending of a game? Bro. Who does that? Okay, while I keep looking, I turn on here this review of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah, exactly.
Konami also treads into sequel territory.
Excuse me, how did you pronounce this?
Konami also treads.
Konami! It's not Konami anymore, it's Konami! Hey, Konami! When is the next Castlevania game? Konami! I'm waiting for a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game! Konami! When is finally Metal Gear Solid Delta?
Konami also treads into sequel territory with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Although we found the game to be a disappointment, we couldn't help but be sucked into the game. The game expands dramatically as you find new passageways and secrets within Dracula's castle. We think the game is fun, but again, way overhyped. This is a traditional 2D platform experience with no in-game cinemas or anything to set it apart from previous Dracula outings.
What? What did he just say?
No in-game cinemas or anything to set it apart from previous Dracula outings.
What other Castlevania games has he played that has... Huh? And, by the way, is he talking about cutscenes? Because there is dialogue in this game! Where do you think this one memeable quote is coming from? What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets! That is apparently you! You're a miserable little pile of secrets!
The unification of side-scrolling action and character-building RPG elements is unique and impressive, but almost unnoticeable in terms of the effect on gameplay. The challenge is very high. We got far into the game, but still felt far from the end. The different areas of Dracula's castle are well designed, and in many cases, a sight to see. The artistry and detail is readily apparent, particularly in the backgrounds. The setting is very convincing, as everything looks Romanesque or Gothic. Besides the overdone side-scrolling nature of the game, we also have a minor complaint about one aspect of the game's control. You can't jump in the middle of a swing. Think about that for a moment. If you're standing still and you swing your whip, you can't jump until the whip has come all the way back to you. Now that's ridiculous, folks. Ridiculous and frustrating.
That's how whips work,
I mean,
you
really,
dimwits!
that is one annoying flaw. So much for realism.
This is a Gothic castle run by vampires, by Dracula himself, and infested with all kinds of monsters. You're really asking for realism.
The Castlevania series often sports slightly stiff control, and this game is no exception. However, we should say that the control only feels stiff in that instance. Otherwise, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a pretty decent game. You won't not like it, but it won't make you sing out loud either. Then again, no game does that. The bottom line is, unlike Crash Bandicoot 2, Castlevania does not take old school gameplay and put it in a flattering 3D format. Instead, Castlevania just creates more of the same, but enjoyable more of the same.
It's funny that you also could hear some kind of pen scratching at the surface of paper. Like he was, and check. That was a good one. Shut the fuck up. Learn how to play properly and then we talk. Is this the one finally? Please, please, I'm looking for this one. I guess I will never find it. Alright, guess that's not about to happen. But I did found Silent Hill. Learn what gaming is. Then you can make a review exactly. What an asshole. So, give me Silent Hill.
Silent Hill can also be tossed on the fire, but this one isn't nearly as bad. Many of you will like this game, but for us, it didn't come anywhere near Resident Evil 2. The quality of the full motion video faces is stunning, but the in-game graphics leave a lot to be desired. The voice acting and unclear goals are the main detractors, but in several spots the game shows potential. When you search for your lost daughter in the alleys, desired. The voice acting and unclear goals are the main detractors.
Unclear goals. Yet a few sentences later he says his search for his missing daughter. So he does have a goal, bro.
But in several spots the game shows potential. When you search for your lost daughter in the alleys, the wobbly camera and dark shadows create an amazing sense of fear and anticipation for the unknown. Unfortunately, this visual sense does not stay with the game on a consistent basis. Much of the game is silent, so the game is aptly named. The use of silence is a great idea, but needs better execution.
How can you make it more silent than it is? Is this for real? just mute the whole game. Yeah, exactly. If you want something silent, then just mute the game. Heck, mute every game, every single game. Then you have a horror game immediately. What else? I feel like my brain cells are crying right now. Me too. Me too. I found Parappa the Rapper. What you say about Parappa the Rapper? Parappa Rappa, Parappa the Rapper. Yes, okay. Now let's see how he's gonna trash this little gem.
Lastly, Parappa the Rapper is the only game in this batch that gets a full thumbs up. Pandemonium 2 gets even thumbs, the others all down. Most remarkable about this little gem is that there's an actual plot that sets up each musical number splendidly. Despite the game's low number of stages, each one will take a very long time to master. Not only do you have to repeat the instructor's rap, you have to do it in the same rhythm. This is easier said than done.
I mean, it's a
We feel the
rhythm
game chops off our words unfairly as we play. This results when you're not in rhythm, but I tell you, I was in rhythm. I can keep a beat. Blathering about Parappa is pointless.
Now
The
he
best
just
way to get an
sounds
idea of what the
salty.
game is like is to just listen. Take it away, Parappa.
You have never sold everything, everything.
Money, money, money is all you need.
Money, money, money is all you need.
Money, money, money is all you need.
Do you know why we stopped the car?
Do I know why we stopped the car?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
What?
I forgot to close the door.
You forgot to close the door.
Now just don't forget, this ain't kung fu. Come on again. Check and turn the signal to the right.
Check, turn the signals to the right.
Okay. Okay. It wasn't half bad. Except for the part he just sounded like a salty kid who lost to an Osu nap. What is he going to say about Yoshi's story? I wonder.
Nintendo's first game of 1998 is Yoshi's Story for the Nintendo 64. This game is not good enough to fill the void of software for the system, but it's a short, fun game that's a good renter at best. Yoshi's Story is the sequel to Super Mario World 2 for the Super Nintendo, a game filled with unique bosses. The N64 game has the same strong points as its predecessor did: cool enemies and stylized graphics. Also great is how levels can end anywhere within the level. Once you eat 30 fruits, the level ends. If you eat only melons, the unfolding storyline will be more exciting. This element is gimmicky, but it works. Less positive are the game's overbearing
I'm
controls,
good that it
non-original levels, irritating music, and cheery childishness. Another thing
It's a children's game! The Yoshis are literally babies!
that bugs us is that the game, while touted as 2.5D, is no more beyond 2 dimensions than Super Mario World 2. In short, we'd rather play the original Super Mario Bros. On the 8-bit Nintendo than Yoshi's Story. This latest Mario-related outing just doesn't have the classic appeal that somehow still permeates that old clunker with the initials SMB. Yoshi's Story gets C's all the way around.
This guy hates children. Yeah, apparently! What the fuck? But still willing to suck Nintendo's cock. You know, Nintendo, the child-friendly game company? What a pathetic loser! Jesus Christ. Okay, this is what I'm also very curious about. This is a game from my personal childhood. We reached 2 hours. Yay! At what cost? Yeah, this is anyway a game that is also from my childhood, which is very dear to my heart. And I would revisit any time, any day if I could, because, yeah, it's great. And has a nice sense of humor, even for adults. The talk is about Tomba. Or Tombi if you live in Europe like me. Don't you fucking dare to crush my childhood.
A pink-haired, people-biting cave freak stars in a game which bears his name, Toomba. This cave dude makes Joe and Mac look like Wall Street execs. Toomba still resorts to biting his foes. We have nothing against biting, unless your first name is Monica, but come on, biting your enemies? Give us a break. Perhaps we wouldn't be annoyed at the biting if performing that act were easier to control. Toomba sort of drifts in midair when you jump and bite, causing you to miss easy targets. The control is just downright sloppy.
Excuse me! That shows that what your sucky gamer is. You can't control how to target your enemies. And what do you mean sloppy?
Though you will get used to it. At least the game has some neat RPG elements going for it. You can save items for later use. Heck, you can even save a tornado as an item, then use it to clear away the fog. One of Toomba's best features is the short and to-the-point levels in varied environments. Why is this good? Because you never get sick of one setting. And even though the levels are short, there are tons of them. Toomba is quite long. Also fine is the incorporation of plot into the gameplay. The full-motion video scenes are used to great effect. Still, Toomba is an average game. Unless you can't resist pink hair, you might want to pass.
Seems like a game I would enjoy as a kid. You can even enjoy it as an adult. Like I said, there are some sentences you would even laugh about as an adult. I want to slap someone. Anyway, let's forget that ever happened. Ooh, Darkstalkers 3! Ayo, let's go. Who's gonna bet that he's gonna thirst about Morrigan? Come on, taking bets.
Capcom is the undisputed king of fighting games. Its latest title in the genre, Darkstalkers 3, is one more addition to an already flooded market.
Flashing lights.
For fighting fans, though, you can't have too much of a good thing. Darkstalkers 3 can generally be characterized as just that, a good thing. Not great, just good. It's an average game. The creative characters, complete with wild animations, are set against highly detailed backgrounds. This game is far more visually appealing than rival schools, and we prefer Darkstalkers' vastly different character appearances, even without considering the more visual combos. The controls owe much to Street Fighter II, as do most fighting games, yet the game retains its own feel. Darkstalkers 3 features 18 selectable characters, with 14 old friends from Darkstalkers and Night Warriors. The 4 new characters are in keeping with the tradition of Street Fighter, which also introduced only about 4 new players per sequel. At a modest price of only 40 smackers, Darkstalkers 3 is a steal for those inclined. If you want tag team fighting, get Rival Schools. If you want the best characters, pick Darkstalkers 3. If you want both, get both. Just be careful not to break the bank.
Is he just, did he just told us to commit a crime just to get video games? Nah, he did not thirst about Morgan. But apparently he used one of her moves over and over again. This leg spreading. So that's his silent way of thirsting about her? I don't know. Well, anyway. No, you can keep your money. I know when I lost. That's why I never do bets. Ever. Huh? Okay, this is actually... I am actually interested about this. This is not about a particular video game. It's about a topic. Violence in video games, 1996. I am now very, very curious about this.
Violence in video games. It's been an issue that's faded in and out. The biggest controversy in video games of all time was centered around Mortal Kombat. Ironically, the movie was not criticized for violence. Fighting games are
maybe because they really toned down the violence for the movie.
Inherently violent.
How about that?
And they have saturated the market. The leading fighting games are, of course, the Mortal Kombat series, the Street Fighter series, and Killer Instinct. The violence level in all of these games is relatively the same, although Street Fighter generally has less graphic violence. Resident Evil is not a fighting game, but it is a very violent one. You have to shoot zombies several times to kill them, and the ultra-realistic animation and sound effects don't butter this over. Savage dogs burst through windows and try to tear you to shreds. Zombies eat members of your task force. This game is violent, but it has to be. The main idea of the game is to scare you. When those dogs first jump out at you, you jump 3 feet high. If this were a movie, you'd wet your pants. You're stranded in this spooky mansion, and you can't go outside because you'll get eaten alive by God knows what.
Actually, once you've seen this cutscene, whenever you click the door, you're always getting told that you cannot get outside. You'll not downright get killed by opening this door. You can't.
Is the violence in these games wrong? It's really hard for us to say that it's wrong. As for street fighting games, though, we definitely think they lack substance. Adding cinema scenes after every battle would change that to some extent. Then the games wouldn't be 100% fighting. If you think our games are bad, then you wouldn't believe the violence in Japanese games. Some games are never released over here for that exact reason. Yet in Japan, violent crimes almost never happen. And if you don't believe us, do the research yourself. Violence in video games is not a problem for the majority of people, but that doesn't mean we should ignore the issue. It's up to parents to monitor the games their younger kids play, just as they would monitor whether or not their kids see PG-13 movies. Games are rated nowadays, and even if they weren't rated, parents could still tell which games are violent. It's called looking at the back of the box, or just reading the title. Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Come on, folks, it couldn't be more obvious. On the bright side, the vast majority of video games are rated KA, kids to adults. So all those news stories you've heard about violent video games, they're talking about a minority, something that hasn't been addressed. To be fair though, the sales figures of these games aren't in the minority. This argument could go back and forth forever. The point is, just to be informed so you can make an informed decision. And that's one of the principles on which Flights of Fantasy was founded.
So moral of the story, inform yourself so you are informed. But yeah, there were some actually good points actually. Props to you For once, you are spitting facts. That's a rare W for George. Nice. Good. Good on you. I applaud you for this opinion. Keep track on kids, exactly. They always blame video games for all the violence, when in fact the parents really need to look what their kid is watching, what they're playing. Come on, you cannot always blame the companies. They're just doing their job. They're providing entertainment for kids and adults. It's up to you to watch out what brutes of destructions are they consuming. It somehow still feels like he took an L. Maybe because it goes against what the general media said, because they always say, oh, video games are evil, blah, blah, blah. And he is like, actually, it's the parents who are at fault. The companies are just doing what they must do. It's up to the parents to watch their children. And they like, blasphemy! Burn the witch! It is like this one meme, they hated him because he said the truth. I think one or two more should be okay. Ooh, actually, now that I see this, I am curious about Super Mario RPG. Since it got a remake not too long ago, so seeing his opinion about the original, it's like the gun saying, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Is back with this. It's games aren't evil, people are evil. Yeah. And the parents are like, am I just out of line? No, it's the companies that are wrong.
So what do you think Super Mario RPG is about? Saving the princess? Wrong. In the very beginning of the game, Bowser does kidnap the famous lady of video games, but you rescue her after a quick battle on a falling chandelier. Then a huge living sword named Smithy drops from the sky and smashes into Bowser's castle, throwing everyone outside. The princess and Bowser are lost, and you have to find them. At an odd point in your quest, you actually join your enemy, Bowser, and discover the princess in Booster's tower. Who the heck is Booster? Who knows? The princess is a feisty gal. She even tricks Bowser into kissing Mario as a prank. Don't mess with the princess. She doesn't like to play games. But we like to play this one. Super Mario RPG is full of fun.
Damn,
the battle controls are the best of any RPG.
Scene.
Other Nintendo characters also have cameos. Donkey Kong appears in the jungle. Link from the Zelda games is found sleeping in one of the inns, and the 8-bit ancestor of Mario is found behind a curtain in Booster's tower.
Stop
the 3D graphics of this game are outstanding.
Muppet.
You will love this game. The only flaws are the poor hit detection outside of the battle screens and the low difficulty level. You'll beat this game in a week tops if you play a lot every day. Nevertheless, you have to play this game. So rent it, have a ball playing it, beat it, and return it. Mario is back on top. Grab a pen or pencil, quick. In Super Mario RPG, you have to play 3 different songs at 3 different times in order to win membership cards for the drink bar in Tadpole Pond. The last song is the hardest to play. The notes are la, ti, do, re, so, do, re, mi. I hope you're writing this down. Look closely at the placement of the tadpole shown here to see where the notes go. Again, the notes are la, ti, do, re, so, do, re, mi. We'll leave it up for the slow writers out there. Playing this tune will win you the Soprano card, which will allow you to buy the Caro Caro Colas at the drink bar. These special colas restore all hit points and magic points for your party. Some games really tick you off from time to time. Super Mario RPG is one of them. In one section of the game, you have to climb vines to reach Nimbus Land, which is floating high in the sky. Our game guy Tom Allen was so mad, he almost broke his controller in half. The play control in this area is awful, especially this jump right here. He's still trying to make this jump without falling. We'll have the ending to this otherwise fun game on a future episode, so keep watching the show for more coverage of that famous mustachioed plumber.
I think that's a you problem, man. How can you be frustrated at such a cute game? Oh my god. Take a chill pill. Not my pill, though. He stays where he is. That if he's not tired. So. This is skill issue, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Oh, you patata. These guys, I can't. Doom 64. Show me. Not tired right now. Good.
Speaking of destruction, Doom 64 is a masterpiece. This game is so immersive that you may actually scream out loud and actually be scared. Just you wait until you're trapped between two ghouls with your health points running dangerously low as well as your ammunition. You'll frantically switch weapons, hoping against hope to survive. Man, we get chills just talking about Doom. Doom has what is essentially an R movie rating, but don't let the gore turn you off. Doom is spookier than ever, and exploring the demonic chambers of the game will amaze you. The Nintendo 64's technological capabilities can be given all the credit for this game. Absolutely no pixelization like in Final Doom for the PlayStation. This does not mean the graphics are flawless. The enemy animation is a whoppingly primitive 2 frames worth, but otherwise, the game is a marvel for the eye. Some of you may think we're getting paid to butter up this game, especially since we've never been huge fans of Doom. But the Nintendo 64 takes this once-tired genre to new levels. The challenge level is perfectly balanced, so that Doom will last you quite a while, even with a hint guide, which we'd kill for.
Oh my god!
If Doom is too dark for you, literally, not figuratively, you can adjust the brightness in the options menu. This is a real plus. Williams gets some major brownie points for that. Our hats go off to Williams for defying the critics' expectations of just another Doom game and forging ahead to create an all-new Doom experience that unexpectedly caught our attention. We promise we're not overhyping a B-level game. Yes, this Doom is not much different in terms of gameplay from previous Dooms, but the enhanced graphics allow this same gameplay to become a new experience nonetheless. The choice should be simple: great graphics, great control, great challenge, great fun, one of the top games of the year. And we can't believe we're saying that. Maybe we've been possessed by the demons in Doom. Ew, not a nice thought. I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies. We're going to shut up now, so just do us a favor, trust us, and give Doom 64 a try.
Just trust me, bro! What? He really went, just trust me, bro. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. There wasn't enough Doom jokes, puns. Honestly, that one from Final Doom, that was enough. I am glad that he got rid of these Doom puns. Thank you. Another childhood game. A Bug's Life.
It's not a lot, but it's our life.
I love this room.
Sony deserves a pat on the back for releasing this game in time for the movie's theatrical release. Debuting at #1 in the box office, A Bug's Life puts Babe, a Pig in the City to shame with its truly fun story, strong characterization, and outstanding humor. A Bug's Life is only available...
Wait, did you just compare A Bug's Life with Babe, the Pig? Is there a Sly Cooper review? I don't know. It was already during... Sly Cooper came out for PS2, right? Maybe that was already... Flights of Fantasy didn't exist at this point anymore, so far I haven't seen anything, so unfortunately no. I can still have a
on the Sony PlayStation. The graphics are colorful, but not very detailed. Simple, yet somewhat appealing. That description holds true for the rest of the game as well. The gameplay is very simple. You might beat the game in one sitting. Seemingly desperate to add complexity to the game, the developers included a...
Hang on. Okay.
seed interaction system. Basically, different seeds produce different plants, and you can power them with various tokens. Yes, tokens. Have we seen this before? Talk about a typical gameplay element. You have to grow a mushroom just to jump to higher places. Hello? Ants can crawl anywhere. They don't need mushroom trampolines. Besides, when was the last time you saw an ant as big as a mushroom? Granted, realism is not required in a video game, but when the frustrating control has you fumbling around, uprooting and moving various plants, you just have to ask yourself why. To us, this whole seed plant business seems like it was thrown in to cover up the game's simplicity. With a little more effort, this could have been a great game. The big shocker is that Disney Interactive was involved in the production. How could they...
I mean, A Bug's Life is a Disney's movie? Maybe that's why?
The makers of Jungle Book and Mickey Mania let this one slip through their fingers. Flaws are everywhere. The camera has a mind of its own. The control is overreactive. And most glaring...
The controls are overreactive. Let this sink in for a while. The controls are overreactive. Isn't it a good thing?
Of all, the cinemas do not coincide with gameplay. For example, if you cross the river and enter a cave, then the game will show you a clip from the movie where you fly across the same river and hit a rock. Let's say it again. Hello? We already crossed the river. Who's been messing with the space-time continuum? Hello? McFly? Is anybody home? Good grief. With all these flaws and only about 15 short and simple levels, A Bug's Life is a no for pro gamers, but a yes for younger fans who will enjoy it despite our grievances. Parents and kids will be powerless against the draw of this hot license. Lastly, before we close the book on this game, let's compare the quality of the game cinemas to the real thing. Here's one of the game's film clips, crisp and clean with no particle movement, a flawless transfer. These clips are nice treats, even if their connection is disjointed. Now here's the film itself. You're looking at millions of dollars, folks. Money in the bank for Disney.
I won't let you down, I promise.
This is mostly ranting while showing so much bad gameplay. Like, at this one part, I was really at the edge, just going into this, grabbing the fucking controller out of his hands, and take this one seat and put it over there. Because you can do it. Then you wouldn't have such trouble with jumping on this cliff. It's that simple. You don't need to study math either let someone else play the game or then make the game, you goddamn. Yeah. He's yapping. He's... Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. Ha ta 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 ta. Ha ta 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 ta. Maybe I find just one single... What is this? What actually is this? Is this one? This is a WWF game. WWF Warzone. A fighting game. If this somehow gives me a headache, I will give the man a medal. Yeah. Oh, I found Banjo-Kazooie.
The ratings for Acclaim's WWF Warzone are the same regardless of the system, PlayStation or Nintendo 64. For the rest of this review, we'll show only the N64 version. Both versions have comparable graphics, lots of wild moves, grudge matches, even mild cursing. The wrestling experience is
cursing! Ooh!
The Create a Wrestler feature is outstanding. So many choices are at your fingertips that we wish we could show you all of them. But that'd take 10 minutes. Skinny, fat, or in between, underwear that's like a string, hairy chest or doctor vest, even mask that almost hiss. You try rhyming more than this. But there are flaws, we must admit. Here they are now, bit by bit. Actually, only the PlayStation
Is he trying
version
to be
has
a
flaw.
rapper?
No multiplayer Royal Rumble mode. You'll need the N64 version for that. Instead, the PlayStation game offers War Mode, a downgraded Royal Rumble mode which does not allow you to play alone against computer wrestlers. War Mode is for 3 to 4 players only. Ridiculous. Also, where's the infamous ladder match? Real-life wrestling often has opponents battling their way up a ladder to grab a championship belt. This would have been a nice touch to both games. In any case, WWF Warzone is just as watchable as the real thing, if not more so. The game's main challenge mode will only take about an hour to beat.
Grab
but
the
it's still
chair!
fun hearing those ticked-off wrestlers and announcers. Don't let your mom watch you play. Get either version only if you're a die-hard wrestling fan.
Remember when I said that he earns a rare W for his take that parents should watch his children? Now he says don't watch your mom playing this game? Sir, that W I just gave you, I take it back. Thank you. Wow. Now I'm just thinking of Dead Meat WWE. Yeah, me too. Soon we're gonna have a new annual death match between horror characters. It's gonna be pretty soon again. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, then I wanna do a live reaction with you. Definitely. Okay, this is Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, the suspense is over. Banjo-Kazooie just barely misses straight A's with 1 B in difficulty. At least it's harder than the piece of cake Mario 64. Puzzle pieces, musical notes, and other collectible items are hidden everywhere in the game. Like Mario, you have to get a certain number of items to advance to the next area. Many items are not technically hidden, just laying in a spot that's out of view from your camera angle. Banjo-Kazooie is truly one of the best action games ever made. It outperforms Mario in just about every aspect, graphics especially. The detail is amazing. Even the clouds move in the sky above. The water rippling and the subtle undulations of the current are incredibly realistic. Banjo is destined to win some awards. We had to really think hard to come up with some negative points. In fact, only 2 come to mind. First is the sometimes uncooperative camera. Second is the character voices. These distinctive mumbles are as annoying as the crying baby Mario in Super Mario World 2. Whether it's grunts or squeaks or chirps, each
Bro, you
character's
cannot
calling
compare
card will make
this
you want
to a
avoid
crying
all
baby.
conversations. We've only scratched the surface of this 9-level masterpiece. We hope to bring you more in the coming weeks. All we can say is, if you don't play this game, you're not a true gamer. Banjo-Kazooie is the game of the week.
So he's complaining about the voices of these characters. I feel like I feel like if he ever touches an Animal Crossing game, he would get a heart attack. Bruh. Can't wait until he hears how the Undertale characters talk. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Ooh, actually, that is a good question. I mean, I can look out for it. Oh, I've also found Crash Bandicoot 3. I can look at this while I also have a look out for. Is this finally the video I was looking for? Please, no. Fuck you. Okay, Crash Bandicoot Warped.
So is Crash Bandicoot Warped. As the 3rd installment in the Crash series, this title offers slightly more moves than last year's hot seller, but by now the franchise has lost its spunk. Crash just doesn't do it for us this year. Younger players will eat it up though. The levels feature amazing graphics, but the settings aren't as varied as Crash Bandicoot 2. Settings include a road through a medieval village, an impressive-looking underwater level, an ancient boneyard in which you're chased by an animal, just like last year, and a ride on a tiger on the Great Wall of China. A ride on a tiger sounds like a lot of fun. Well, it is, but we've done similar things in the last 2 Crash games.
That's it? That's it? Huh. Huh. Okay. Is this finally the one with... No, damn it. Damn it! Okay. Let's see. Does he have Conquer in this? Ooh, I found another WWF one. I can put it up there. And I keep looking. Now I have an earworm of this, I'm sorry. Fucking Bill Clinton!
How about fighting games? Of course, we have to begin with Acclaim's long-awaited WWF Attitude. While we have yet to review the N64 version, the PlayStation version did not live up to expectations. The graphics are very disappointing, especially during entrances, but the character animations are well done. Some modes do not even have entrances. I wish more than 4 players could be in the ring at once. Special moves are not listed in the manual, but some are listed in the Create a Wrestler section. Controls are okay, but the 400+ moves are not easy to remember and have no logical connection to any particular buttons. For example, the Ass Kisser move uses ups instead of downs. Still, you can't beat a game that offers this many options. We had a lot of fun creating 3 fat black ladies fighting 1 skinny white turd. You don't get to do that every day.
careful, son. Another nice move by player one.
I'm feeling they were trying to send a message. I feel you're right.
Oh no!
What the fuck?
That found its mark.
Jesus Christ, that looks so wrong. Thank you, it's over. Ah! I just clicked on one video that's I just choose because the title is Eek the Cat. Like, is the cat's name Eek? Or are they screaming that there is a cat somewhere? Ah! I never heard of this game before. So, this is the most disturbing I've ever seen.
The opening cartoon of Eek the Cat is really cool, but the game less so. Eek must complete 5 short levels, each with the same goal of guiding a character.
Why is the screen so dark? Sir! Don't tell me you were playing on dark mode the entire time.
To the exit sign. Eek will do many things to accomplish this task, but the most crucial act, getting the character to jump to higher places, is difficult to perform due to the play control. Oddly enough, sometimes the play control is too sensitive, too responsive, but other times it's very unresponsive.
Kumbaya!
Go figure. The game won't keep your attention due to the deadly combination of poor play control and high challenge, but it's the perfect choice for die-hard puzzle action fans. We said Eek has an awesome introduction, so we're just gonna let it roll.
Fuck you! Don't flashbang me! So far I have not found Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I found something I have to just show you. For the review of Lost Vikings, yeah, here he cheated to go out to the final level and explain to you how to beat the final boss, and then they attempted to do a voiceover, the entire team. And just
different challenges all of the time. Of even more significance is the way the Vikings kept us laughing through these tough spots. When you leave the game alone for a few minutes to plan your strategy, one of the characters will pick his nose, look at the booger, and express disgust. Ironically, one of Interplay's next video games will be Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. So if you like the Lost Vikings booger action, be sure to check out Boogerman when it's released. Also coming from Interplay is The Lost Vikings 2. The game is sure to have more humor and puzzle action to please fans of the original. Speaking of the original, Olaf, Balog, and Eric are having troubles controlling the spaceship even as we speak.
Self-destruct sequence has been initiated.
I didn't mean to do that. Crap, how are we gonna get out of this one?
5 seconds till self-destruct. 4, 3, 2,
guys,
1.
I think we should take the time door.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go, quick.
Self-destruct, self-destruct, self-destruct.
Good idea. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, now! Whoa! Hey!
Hey! Whoa! Wait a minute, we've done this before.
This random mommy! Oh my god!
Oh, wow. Boy.
Don't they just, why don't they just do that? I know.
Hey, it looks like we're home again. Here's Hilda's house. There's Brynhild. Hey, return! Hey, return! Our heroes! Wow! Woo! Hooray! Hooray! Whoopee!
Eric, you're such a stud! Oh, my hubby.
Give it a rest.
We've been to many strange and exciting places.
Flex your muscles, guys. Come on, we should show off what we've done.
But nowhere so beautiful as home.
Olaf, did you pick your nose again?
It was juicy.
Oh,
Look at that one.
No!
He brought back from the future.
Ew, booger!
He did not just say that.
Hey guys, let's show them how us Vikings rumble. A 1 and a 2 and a 3, a 4 and a 5. This is gonna rock. Bro, man.
He isn't even gonna say.
Yeah, I think we're pretty cool, guys. I think we deserve a sequel. Don't you think, Baylog? Yeah, I think Silicon and Synapse should really get our butts in gear and get us moving again.
Yeah, let's do this again.
Yeah, but I don't want to have this guy as an enemy. Yeah, I know, he was a dork. He annoyed me in the Egyptian levels. Yeah, you really pounced him good. Well, thank you, Baylog. I just hope we aren't... Oh, wait a minute, who's that old fart? Hey, get him out of here!
Get
He's not one of us!
Loser.
He better not take our place in the sequel.
Yeah, this is one of the instances where they themselves made me giggle. If they would have done only this, that's probably the best thing they have did. Yeah, and this is sad. This is so sad. And this is the only time they had, in my opinion, and with my dumb mind, how it works and how my humor works, they actually made me giggle. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, but looks like there is no Conquer's Bad Fur Day, unfortunately, so yeah. Sorry about that. What? Bro, what? Oh, right. I wanted to look for something. Oh, fuck off. Then don't. With the reviews, it was just Fever Dream reincarnated. Yep. And then they pulled this off and they're like, bah! Okay, actually, I'm gonna do this real quick. Gonna, yeah. Let's just go into the Do your uwu business, because uwu. Hold on, I'm quickly gonna do this. I have not found what I was looking for, but I found something else, and this is also very, 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 very wild. Like, oof! Gonna show it in a minute, in a second. Like, Jesus Christ. Really? You said that? Should be scared or not. Be very, very scared. I cannot find what I am actually looking for. Why is it so hard for me to find this fuck? Whatever. Anyway, gonna also skip the intro just for you. This is Tomb Raider 3. And there is even a highlight where people jumped back to the most because they could not believe what they just heard. I cannot blame them, actually. Oh fuck, I totally forgot to put on
first. All of
Totally forgot to
make that stupendous.
Turn
but before we wax poetic
the
on the series' third
back
installment,
on.
let's get the
Sorry
negatives
about
out
that.
of the way first. All of the problems are control related. For the first time ever,
Let's
the
go,
game star
Scuff.
Laura Croft is controllable with the analog
There was
joystick.
no Scuff
Do yourself a favor. Just turn it off. Don't even try it. Just use the standard digital D-pad. Although we've never thought this way before, we think the controls should
I love
use
how
one new
the
move,
sound
a
was
step up
popping
to the side
when
move.
when he
It's
said
irritating
that.
to have to turn around just to take a short step up. The final control problem is attributed to the camera. Tomb Raider 3 has a severe bug which can start to shake the camera uncontrollably. This usually happens when the camera gets caught somewhere, but once it starts, it won't stop, even if you enter a large open area. You can try pausing the game and cycling through your inventory. Sometimes that helps. Otherwise, the controls offer the same amazing gymnastics as the previous Tomb Raider games. The shoulder button controls are logically paired, something other game designers should learn. For example, R1 is walk, R2 is sprint, L1 is duck. L2 is crawl. Now that's
is he gonna
easy
do it?
to remember.
Is he gonna do it?
The series returns to its roots this time around by emphasizing exploration over action.
This is such a meme at this point that they always bully the poor old man. Come on! Leave him alone. He just wants to offer some tea.
There's still enough action for everybody, but we actually prefer the small periods where the critters have taken a leave of absence. As we've said in the past, the real draw of Tomb Raider is not Lara Croft. The real star is the level design. Lara would have nothing to do but inflate herself if it wasn't for the extremely long, intricate, expansive, and amazing natural levels.
Yes,
They're
he
simply
just
a wonder.
said that!
We're not too far into the game yet, so we don't know if the in-game cutscenes are as graphically poor as they were last year, but we do know that the full-motion video scenes are remarkable. Here's a clip to prove it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's awesome and such, but
The draw of Tomb Raider
what
is
did
not
you
Lara
say
Croft.
about
The real
Lara?
star is the level design. Lara would have nothing to do but inflate herself if it wasn't for the extremely long, intricate, expansive.
You know, that definitely makes up for the fact that I could not find this one review of Tomb Raider where he straight up said that it would benefit Lara's character, Lara Croft's character, to give her breast cancer. I'm not joking. That is actually a real quote from him. So what do we learn from this? I feel he's a misogynist. Ah! Or like how Kenny would had said, you know, Lara Croft, I know how to make her character more engaging. Give her a tumor! Bro, no. Guy is insane, that's what we should name. Definitely, yes, he is insane. So, yeah, I definitely think that is now a very good stopping point with this madness, and that is definitely right. It's a lot to take in. So yeah, that was Gitsy! That was gaming in the Clinton years! What a fever dream of the show. I actually cannot believe that that was actually aired on TV. Like... But you know what? I am actually glad that it happened. As well as Navigator picked all this footage up from back then and released it on YouTube, so otherwise this stream wouldn't have existed. So cheers to that. Terminator. It's not a tumor! It's... Actually, it wasn't the Terminator who said that. It was John Kimball from the movie Kindergarten Cop. But I guess you said that because the actor is the same. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Twitch, please, that's literally his name. From now on, I'm gonna call him Schwarzendeutscher. Please! Sometimes I really hate that Arnold has a slur for a name, literally. Makes it so much harder to reference him. Like, please, come on. So, yeah. Anyway, if someone out there is that desperate to see more stuff, because there are definitely more reviews than what I just witnessed. About, what was it? 286 of these are out there on Navigator's channel, so yeah. I pulled the name of this person multiple times off, so if you wanna check this out, there's your starting point. Otherwise, I also recommend Cadicarus' review about the entire show, what he thinks, and what he found out during some lore discovery of this. Yeah, he looked up an entire lore regarding this. It is wild. Definitely have to look at that, and also at other stuff. He is amazing, and yeah. He also is kind of responsible that this stream exists, so go check it out. Amazing guy, love his content, and his random humor. I keep referencing out of context quotes he pulls out, so yeah. Definitely give it a watch, give it a like, give it a subscription. Amazing guy. So yeah. That was enough buttering up of my part. I feel like becoming George. No, I'm not a misogynistic whiny gamer. No, definitely not. Over 200 plus, yep. And if you're getting, by the way, heads up, if you're getting shocked about the amounts of videos in the playlist, that is definitely more than 286. That is because, for whatever reason, he made duplicate uploads. And even though YouTube has a strict policy about duplicate uploads, that you cannot post the same video on your channel multiple times, this person got around it by either adding 1 second of each movie, of each video to the new upload, or changing the resolution from 240p to 360p, or changing the name entirely. So yeah. Who are you? I'm Mary. I'm Mary Albry still. So yeah, just a heads up, if you're getting shocked by 700 plus videos in the playlist, it's because they are duplicate uploads. So yeah. Why it doesn't remove the other ones though, I have no idea. But it is what it is. Yeah. There are they made another reviews I haven't seen yet, alongside spoiling endings, which I clearly avoided in this entirely because I am against spoiling things. Otherwise we played it on stream, then it's okay. But still, nah, don't do that. It's over the wine glass. I'm drinking your messages now. No. Get over it, son. I feel like you would be the ginger in this meat. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, it's getting late. We're already 3 hours in, which is good. And I think this is a good stopping point from now on. even though I have tomorrow late shift, starting from now, and have to work 5 days in a row in this late shift. Well, 2 days late shift and 3 night shifts. So unfortunately, there won't be any more content before Christmas from my side of the point. I'm very sorry about that, but again, it is what it is. 9 hours is short for the guy, then he will see your streams just a few seconds. Well, he can think of me of whatever he wants. My point stands that he is a whiny loser and he cannot finish a single game by himself. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of a little achievement I realized. I know I am in my private time when I'm at work. I'm playing on my Switch the Master Collection of Metal Gear Solid. I reached the second game, and I am playing actually for the first time on normal difficulty. I was surprised at myself that I was so good at this. I was honestly thinking, wait, did I pick the right difficulty? Is that not easy mode? That's normal? How am I so good at this, huh? Where does my skill come from? I was actually very proud of myself. So yeah. That means if we get to this game, we're gonna have some stellar performance on my side. Let's go! I'm so happy about this. But I have to first reach this point in the franchise. Still need to start and finish Metal Gear 2. Then come to Metal Gear Solid. Then we get to Metal Gear Solid 2. But I feel like this is gonna be good. Everything is going to be smooth. Because as I literally today found out, 2025 is coming, and it's according to Chinese horoscope, it's the year of the snake. Perfect. You are not streaming it? Like I said, we're getting to this. I'm not starting to mixing the franchise in World War pieces, but we go in the chronological way how it should be played by release date. So easy there. I see it as a kind of training for what is coming on stream, and apparently it works. I'm happy about that. Yeah, 2025 is the year of the snake, the wood snake in particular. So I feel like we're heading to a good direction. We're heading into a good direction. I'm just deciding that from now on, 2025 is our year. It's gonna be a good year. There's no more tragedy, no more tears.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
And no more bitching about bad stuff. That I promise you. Thank you very much. I should go a bit sleep. I'm gonna have pancakes. Ooh, awesome! That is a great breakfast. But yeah, you're right. I should turn off the stream right now. Actually, let me see if there's someone I can raid into. Is there anyone who I can raid into now? Actually, who is on right now? Then you can say a quick hi and then go to bed, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Looks like Bisque is online. So apparently Bisque is online. Jasper, I have seen is online. Oh, never mind, not anymore. God damn it. Jess! Do more stuff. But yeah, I gotta right into Bisque then. Oh god. Alrighty then. Setting it up. Alright. Well, in that regard, thank you for stopping by and witnessing this madness together with me. Merry Christmas from me already, because I won't be available for the next 5 days. Stream-wise, at least. I'll still be on social media, Blue Sky and Twitter. Xitter, I mean, sorry. And the VOD is gonna be up on YouTube tomorrow, I think. So yeah, give my regards to Bisque. I will also do that. And wherever you are, have a good morning, good day, good evening, good night. Stay cutie, reach for the stars, and goodbye.